I don't think I was fully aware how traumatic the experience was. I completely shut down without realizing afterwards. I stopped going out. I didn't feel comfortable letting loose and having fun, especially in first year when you're wanting to make friends, and I missed out on quite a big portion of uni. I remember going to one of those uni fairs when I was still in sixth form and thinking, being really attracted to Warwick. I've just finished 3 years doing biomedical science and I'm going into my fourth year, which is the integrated master's part of the course. I actually knew a lot of the girls involved and spoke to them quite a bit about it. And it was quite scary, really. Didn't feel like the uni was looking after their students.
We did get it wrong. And I do apologise. And we are trying really hard to build something very different for the future.
You'd think that after that huge scandal and how public it went that they'd have brushed up on this, but they really have not. Yeah, I wanted to live in a mixed flat. It didn't really cross my mind that it would ever be an issue, but it did turn out to be a huge issue. The first experience we had of him was him pulling his trousers down to show us a tattoo on his butt. It was quite odd, but it got worse as the year went on, and one evening there was frying pans and stuff on the kitchen table, and he started wiping his genitals all over that and the table. And he always made it seem like it was all lighthearted and that if we didn't take it as a joke, then we were being too serious, and that it was on us, really. All my flat had gone out for a night out, but I stayed in this night because I was really tired and I was having a panic attack in my room, and he was the only one in my flat that was left around. And he knocked on my door and he sat there with me on the edge of my bed trying to calm me down. But then he very quickly started asking for sex. He'd asked for sex on previous occasions in his room and I'd said no. And this time, and he kept asking, I kept saying no multiple times, and he just kept asking. And it just felt like there was something wrong with me for him to keep asking and me saying no every time. So eventually I just kind of went, and kind of hesitated, and then that's when it happened. I feel like I was raped because I feel like I was fully coerced into it. I was not in the right state of mind to give consent in the first place. And the amount of times that I said no, I did not tell anyone because this was so early on in first year and I didn't want to be that person who's kicked up a fuss about someone so early on. He kept asking me to send him nude photographs of myself, and I just kept saying no. And then he kept saying, go to the bathroom, go take nude photographs of yourself, send them to me, and I was saying no. And he just wouldn't let up. We were in a group situation, and he kept asking me to wrestle him, and I just kept saying no. And then he just came up and stood up behind me and put his hands under my arms and picked me up, and he said, "No, wrestle me." And then he started groping my butt multiple times. I thought, this happened 3 times now. It's belittling me so much. I'm constantly blaming myself. But it's his actions and it's his words, and he's not stopping.
We do not tolerate sexual misconduct, including unwanted behaviour of a sexual nature, which makes you feel intimidated, degraded, or humiliated.
They bring in external investigators. I had no idea what to expect. Even during the whole process, I was taking it day by day. There were 15 witness statements, I think 1 or 2 of which were on his behalf, but the rest were on my behalf, all of which saying the exact same story.
Witness stated he would often use sexual innuendos regarding women she found degrading.
I wouldn't describe the behaviour as malicious. It was often said in jest.
He had a list on his phone of the people he had supposedly slept with and would talk openly and boast about it.
He tried to get people to play a game in which we had to expose genitals.
His general overt sexual behaviour in the flat disgusted me.
I was told that if those people, if they'd gone through their own investigations, then the outcome probably would have been different.
Within those statements, there is substantial evidence of wider issues of behaviour, which would, if students had raised formal complaints, been capable of falling within the discipline process.
They would have seen that he's a repeat offender, but the advice I was given before the disciplinary hearing was to not do that. So it was all very contradictory.
There is not enough evidence contained within this investigation to warrant the case being considered by a discipline committee.
I said, please do not put the disciplinary hearing in my exams. I'm in 3rd year, this is going to count so much towards my degree. I need to focus. And I get an email about when the disciplinary hearing is, ages after that, and it's right in the middle of my exams. The disciplinary hearing was grueling. It took 5.5, 6 hours in total. So I was sat in my bedroom on Teams all day. I was sweating, I was shaking. I couldn't sit still, I was pacing my room. I had to listen to his lawyer absolutely slate me and him basically slate me. Having them absolutely rip me to shreds like that, saying that I'm a naive little girl who doesn't know what I'm talking about, is just horrible.
I had never realised that my behaviour, the tendency to carry a joke on for too long, could be tiresome to the people around me. It came as a massive and truly upsetting surprise to me.
The committee agreed this had been a difficult case for all involved. The recollection of events by the parties was either incomplete or vastly different. The committee did not find there was sufficient evidence to find the allegation proven.
My heart just sank when I saw that, because I thought I've poured so much into this, as have all the witnesses. What more do you need for there to be enough evidence? Seeing that building is just almost like a trauma response. My whole body just feels like it's shutting down, and I just keep having flashbacks of the memories. I think there is a difference in the way that some men approach consent to everyone else. The consent is so easy and everyone should understand it and get consent for anything. It's just ridiculous that even now still people are not getting consent. It is infuriating me. I would not go through that again. It was traumatic having to talk about it to so many people I didn't know. It was horrible being so in the dark about it all. I can completely understand why so many people at the university are not using this service, because everyone I know that has been through this process has been let down just like me.